What it do, YouTube? It's SS, and I'm back with another video. And I know, I just dropped the video, but I'm back again. I'm dropping another video, two in one day. Wow, ain't that crazy? I know, right? But either way, this video here, this one right here, this one right here. Well, let me tell you about this one, cause this one right here, we ended up hitting vet, and this is one of my strongest teams that I do believe that I have built in the Ultra League, and I did miss a battle. I'm gonna showcase the first two sets that I did on stream. I do believe I did end up going was it 4-1, 4-1? Might have been two 4-1s or a 5-0, 4-1, something like that. Either way, the battles are going to talk for themselves. I did miss a battle, so there is one battle missing from the set. But either way, it is a 20-minute long video. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. Once again, Twitch link in the description if you do want to go follow me on Twitch and watch these battles happen in real time as they do switch into the Cresselia. I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw here. I'm just going to keep going for the Dragon Claw, and Dragon Claws are just going to be adding up. Even though we are debuffed, it's okay. We're going to get farmed down completely. They are going to come out with a hefty farm, but we do end up getting some more damage. We do make it to another Dragon Claw, which is really good for me now at this point. I have a full health Umbreon. Umbreon is just going to be able to tank these moves, but I am going to shield the first one, hoping it is the Moon Blast. It is the Moon Blast. We do call it correctly. Now at this point, they are going to hit us with another Moon Blast. Moonblast is going to do some reasonable amount of damage. As you guys can see, they swap out into their Poliwrath trying to catch, and I don't let them catch. And now because of that, we are going to be able to make it to two moves. We do make it to another move here. We're going to see, do they want to shield? They don't want to shield, which is fine with me. Now at this point, I am going to be able to take this next Moonblast. Level 51 Umbreon Shundo, I should say as well. We're going to be able to take that game as the timer almost ends up coming up. We're going to hop into the next battle. We're going to see Giratina into Zapdos. And this is actually pretty good for the Giratina because we do resist the electric moves as they do swap out into a Suicune. And this is looking pretty bad for me because Suicune Ashley is really tanky in this cup in Ultra League. As you guys will see, Body Slam's not doing nothing to it. And I accidentally ended up CMPing them, and I know they have skulls, so they could potentially end up lowering our attack, which could be even worse for us. As they do end up doing for the skull, I don't get the debuff. I am going to be farming up a little bit, making sure that I am throwing on good timing, that I'm doing four mud shots, and now I am going to go ahead and shield this because they didn't shield. I am going to be trying to force their shield here, and I do believe this time they did end up getting a debuff. I'm not too sure, but either way, we're going to throw the body slam. They don't want to shield, which is fine with me. They come into Zapdos. I should have went for the crunch for the debuff, but either way, body slam is going to be doing a massive damage. As you guys can see now, I am going to go ahead and let this go through. They do throw right before I get to the next body slam. I'm going to switch out into my Garatina. They do swap out into Guzzlord. I'm gonna stay in for a little bit, throw a Dragon Claw, and now I'm gonna hope that I caught the crunch here or the brutal swing, whatever one move that they throw. They do, it is a crunch. We don't get a debuff, which is really good for us. I am gonna be able to farm up a little bit extra energy here, and now I am gonna go ahead and take this Dragon Claw. I am gonna make it to the last resort. Last resort is gonna do some good amount of damage here, and they are going to go ahead and let it go through. Now I am going to make it to the next last resort here. At this point, they do have to shield this one, and I should have ended up baiting that time. But either way, that's fine with me. They do switch out into their Zapdos. I am going to make it to a foul play here. I'm going to try to make it to another move, but no. Thought I could farm them down, but no, I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. We know that they have crunch. They do get the debuff, which is fine with me. But either way, we are going to be able to make it to a Dragon Claw as they realize it, and they're going to go ahead and top left, and we're going to take that game. Now we're going to see Poliwrath in the lead up against our Giratina, and this is really good for me. And I want to make sure that I do throw right before they do make it to their potential debuffing move, as we do get a lot of lag here. I'm not too sure what's going on here. Lag, 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 and then they throw them. They end up throwing a move. I'm not too sure what's going on here. I'm gonna go ahead and let it go through, expecting that the opponent got a lot of farm during that lag. Not sure, but either way, I'm gonna go ahead and keep chunking, as it kind of looks like they threw two fast moves at me, but or two charge moves. Now I'm gonna go ahead and switch, play it out like how I usually play it out. They are staying in, so I am going to be able to get this body slam off. They do end up shielding, which is a little bit weird. This is probably gonna be the scold. I don't care. At this point, my closer is going to be the Umbreon. I am going to make it to another body slam here. They are staying in still, and at this point, they almost let me farm them down. They're going to come into a Giratina trying to get this resisted Shadow Claw down, but they are not going to be able to. They have to throw a move, so they do end up throwing a move at this point. I do expect there's something weak to Greedent. There's something weak to Greedent in the back. Guess what? It's also weak to Umbreon. So I am going to go ahead and let this go through. We can tank a lot of moves here because Dragon Claws are not going to be doing nothing, and they are just staying in at this point. And now I am going to try to make sure that they don't catch. They don't catch, and then we are going to go ahead and throw this foul play. Foul play is almost enough to KO. I did one Snarl try to throw, but they do make it to the move first. Now at this point, I'm just going to switch out, farm down completely with my own Giratina, and they're going to come into a Skeledirge. Skeledirge is going to get hit with an Ancient Power. Do we get a boost here? No boost for us, but either way, this is pretty much looking over for them as they do end up throwing the Disarming Voice here, which is fine with me. And they can't catch because we get them in the middle of their Incinerate. So now at this point, I am going to be able to farm down this Poliwrath, and Umbreon is a Poliwrath counter confirmed. As we are going to see Giratina into Tapu Koko, and now this is a core breaker, and we don't want to see that. They end up switching out into another Pokemon that kind of really bad for us, as I am going to go ahead and try to catch the move. We do end up catching the move. I do get a free Snarl for free, and that is really good for me, but we do end up getting the debuff. At this point, they are going to throw another breaking swipe. They are going to make it before I make it to my move. This time we don't get the debuff, and I am going to be able to throw my foul play. Foul play is still going to do some good amount of damage, and we do make it to another foul play, as they are going to have to either shield or let it go through, and they choose to let it go through. At this point, I am going to take another breaking swipe and another one. But this is fine with me because I'm going to come out with some energy here. They do get farmed down. Tapu Koko comes in, and I'm trying to force them to throw, but they don't throw. So I am going to go ahead and throw my Last Resort here. Last Resort does actually do a little bit of damage here. So now this is looking kind of tricky. But now we do have alignment up against our Greedent with this Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is going to go for the Nature Madness. It is going to lower our defense, and we are going to throw these body slams here. Now we are chunking out these body slams. I am going to go ahead and shield at this point. They are going to throw another one, and now at this point they have a Trevenant in the back, and this is looking really iffy for me. I am going to go ahead and let this go through. This is going to be the Shadow Ball for sure. We do make it to the Dragon Claw. At this point, I'm hoping that they do end up shielding, but they don't end up shielding, which is really bad for me. I do make it to the crunch here. At this point, they do have to shield their move here, and I am also going to go ahead and shield as well. I probably could have baited the body slam and then got to the move, but either way, that's fine. I am going to do one more, expecting them to almost be at their move here, and I don't want them to catch, so I am going to go ahead and throw my move. I do make it to the body slam. Just going to go ahead and throw the body slam to safer play. Could have probably potentially farmed down, but the safer play is just to throw the move once I'm at the move, and we are going to go what I do potentially think is probably either a 5-0 or a 4-1. I can't really remember, as we do see that I'm going for the star pieces, and we are going to catch these Pokemon real quick. Just because we got the star piece, we can get a whole bunch of Stardust here, as I am going to be taking my sweet time. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. This video will be going up here soon, and now I am going to be able to claim all this good jazz, and we get 2 XLs. Now, I'm going to give it to my Zaru real quick, as I am trying to power up my 98 Zaru. We are going to get a Grubbin as our encounter. Unfortunate, not Volibee or something good. Wooloo, it's trash. We are going to trash it, and we do end up going 4-1. 4-1 just to hit it, 2508. And I do have another set for you guys here, as we do climb a little bit more. And now we are going to see Gliscor, Gliscor into our Giratina. And this is not really good because guess what? They have Night Slash. And if they have Night Slash, they're going to build up to with them 5 and 4. So since with that in my mind, I am going to try to catch the next one here. And I don't catch. But since this is an Umbreon, I expecting them to go for the big move here, and this is going to be the Earthquake, and I am correct. And now Unfortunate for us, we are going to be met with a Pyrath, and this is not really good for us because I'd rather have the Pyrath up against my Greedent. And now at this point, I am just going to have to let this go through. Scold is going to hurt a little bit, but we don't get the attack fall. Last Resort is going to come through. They don't want to shield. They're not going to shield. I have to throw on bad timing here because if not, then I am not going to make it to my move. So it's just a better play to just throw on bad timing to get that move off. They are super low though. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and let this go through, hoping that Greedent in the back can just go and uh win whatever's in the bag, beat whatever's in the bag. So they are gonna go ahead and let they go down. They come into their Gliscor again. At this point, I'm just gonna go straight body slams. Maybe I should have went crunch. I don't know. Body slams probably better to be honest. At this point, I have a decision to make. Are they going to throw the earthquake? They do throw the earthquake, and now at this point, this game's over for me. I should have shielded the earthquake, and now whatever's in the bag is probably just gonna end up farming me down. Oh, we had no play. It was it was a Drapion, and unfortunate for us, we are still staying in, trying to play it out, but we are going to end up losing this game. And yeah, they are going to crunch us here. Nope, they sludge bomb us, and now maybe they sludge bomb us again for the BM. No, they actually go for the crunch. They should have sludge bombed at this time. At that point, I think it was enough to KO. I would have sludge bombed. Now we are going to see Talonflame into our Giratina, and this is actually pretty good for the Giratina. The reason being is because we do have Ancient Power, so Ancient Power is going to do a lot of damage. But they go for the Brave Bird right before, and I see that they switch out into a Clefable, and this is not looking good for me because we are core broken. But the good thing is that we have it up against the Greed. Greedent is going to go ahead and tank this Moonblast. Moonblast is going to do some reasonable amount of damage, as you guys can see. But these body slams are not doing too much to the Clefable, and this is looking like a really bad matchup to me. I didn't know the matchup until I started playing it out, and I was like, oh man, this is actually really bad for the Greedent. And I do believe they went for Meteor Mash that time, so they didn't go for the Moonblast. Maybe thinking I was going to go ahead and shield. But either way, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and let this go through. Now, I'm hoping I can actually farm down with my Giratina, but it looks like I can't. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw the move because I do want this thing gone. And they do go ahead and let it go through. They come into the Talonflame. I'm expecting them to potentially shield here. They do. I'm going to go ahead and switch out. I do switch out into my Umbreon up against this Talonflame. Talonflame's going to go for the probably most likely the flame charge, but I do end up respecting the Brave Bird. They don't go for the Brave Bird. I am going to get to this foul play. We are at back to back at this point, but I'm not going to throw on back to back or on CMP on alignment. They swap out into Lantern, and this is looking really bad for me because I don't think I have enough health here. Maybe. We'll see. I am going to be chunking out these foul plays as we are going to be charging up to them on 4-3, 4-3, 4-3. So now they are going to throw what is a potential Thunderbolt. It is the Thunderbolt. We are making it to another foul play. Foul play starting to chunk this Lantern down, and now they are going to make it to another move here. I do believe I'm going to go ahead and switch out after I see them switching to the Talonflame. And because they switched to the Talonflame, we're going to be able to make it to a Dragon Claw here. Lantern will win CMP, so I have to go for the farm down. We do actually end up farming down, and we are going to be able to take that game. So a lot of these games that I do end up winning here were mistakes by the opponent, and I just ended up capitalizing. Sometimes I didn't have a win con, but as you guys can see, Registeel comes in to play, and now, unfortunate for them, they didn't. Well, good for me is that they didn't throw the Brave Bird, so we are not chunked here. Just gonna go ahead and stay in, throw this Dragon Claw, and since I don't have Shadow Sneak, this is really bad, and Shadow Claw. The Dragon Breath's resisted, the Ancient Powers resisted, the Dragon Claws resisted, and this is my only answer pretty much to Registeel, as I do believe they did get the debuff, so we are gonna get hit with another Zap Cannon and debuffed again, and now I'm gonna keep chunking out these Dragon Claws. Dragon Claws are adding up, kinda, but not really. I'm hoping that they don't go for the farm down. I'm really hoping that they start throwing. They switch out, and I make a mistake here throwing the Ancient Power, knowing it's not really gonna do anything. And at this point, I just stay in, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sack the Gradient here. See what they want to do. They do go for the Brave Bird. Was that the Brave Bird? That was a Brave Bird. Oh my gosh, that was really bad. But either way, they do go for the feather dance after the Brave Bird, and it's still gonna be enough to KO. They are gonna come into the registry. I am gonna go ahead and shield this at this point. They did come out with a move, and that was really bad for me. I'm gonna go for the crunch here, and this is really looking bad for me at this point. I'm hoping there's something in the back that Umbreon can just beat, and now they are gonna zap cannon us. They come into a Jellicent, two shields up, Jellicent up against my Umbreon. We did bank a move. I probably should have threw the crunch, but we were debuffed, so you can argue either or. Now I am going to be chunking out these foul plays. They do let the first one go through. Since we are 3-turn versus 3-turn, we are going to be able to sneak a move each and every single time. So whenever I throw a move, they sneak, and when they throw a move, I sneak. And now the clock is coming up. At this point, I'm hoping and praying that I have the more health. And now we are going to be able to make it to this last foul play. At this point, time's up, and it looks like we end up winning on timeout. So if you guys are looking for a team that times out, this is one of them. And once again, we're gonna see Tapu Koko, the core breaker, and this is not really good. They're staying in. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through, knowing that I can live one. But look at the damage that it does. Oh my gosh, that move hits so hard, and then it lowers your defense. Oh my gosh. And now I am going to go ahead and stay in. At this point, I do believe I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through. Just going to go ahead and sack it. Keep the shields up. Hoping I can make it to a move here. They are going to go ahead and throw. I'm just going to go ahead and let this go through. Now I'm hoping I can farm down completely. We do end up farming down. I'm going to switch out. They got Annihilate in the back, and this is actually not looking good for me. They switch out, and I do believe. Oh, they switched out into a Rangaroo, and I do believe this is Bandman's Clayton's team. Another content creator on Twitch. So yeah, uh, I do believe that's his team. And this time I am gonna be able to snarl down completely. They are gonna throw a move here. I'm gonna go ahead and let this go through. And I do believe I end up making a mistake because I just don't shield anything, and I end up losing with shields. I feel like I have a feeling I end up losing with shields. We're gonna see. The crunch is gonna come through. They shield it. Now another crunch is gonna come through. They don't shield that one. At this point, I'm hoping I can make it to another crunch, but I don't make it to a body slam. Do they shield? They do shield. And at this point, I do believe that this foul play is going to be enough to KO, and we are going to be able to take that game and win with 2 shields. Good game to my opponent as we do hop into the next battle. We're gonna see Giratina into a Guzzlord, and Guzzlord, well, I think this matchup is favored a little bit more better for the Guzzlord. And reason being is because those Dragon Tails are doing so much damage. They are adding up faster than the Dragon Breaths. I am going to be able to make it to this Dragon Claw. I'm going to try to switch out here, preserve a little bit of health. And because I switched out, they end up switching into the Pyrath. Exactly what I want them to do. Now I am going to be able to start chunking out these body slams. And once again, I'm just gonna go ahead and sack my reading here and keep the shield. Hopefully I can do something with the Giratina in the back or with my Umbreon. Hopefully there is not another counter user in the back, but we are going to see. At this point, Giratina is still healthy enough that I can take a icy win here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let this go through. At this point, I'm gonna try to farm down completely and let's see, do we get the farm down completely? We do. At this point, I'm just gonna go throw the Dragon Claw. They do let it go through. Try to catch a move, but I don't catch a move. And then they are gonna switch into a Jellicent. Jellicent, guess what? Jellicent, meet my Umbreon, Shundo Umbreon at that point. At that, so they are gonna be throwing out these Surfs, and I'm just gonna try to make sure not to CMP them because that would be one way that they could deny me of energy, and I don't want that to happen. So I am gonna be making sure that I don't throw on CMP at this point. I'm just gonna go straight for the farm down. They probably expected me to throw there. Just gonna go ahead and shield at this point because I mean, Guzzlord is not gonna be really doing anything to me. Just gonna go for the last resort here. At this point, we'll see if they want to shield. Do they want to shield? The answer is yes, they do want to shield. Now I'm gonna make it to another last resort, but this next move that they throw, whatever it is, Dragon Claw is not gonna be enough to KO. And either this last resort is going to be close to KOing, then I can snipe him. But no, it is enough to KO, and we snipe the Jellicent with our Giratina, and we're going to be able to take that game as we do go 4-1 once again. If you guys like the battles, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. And once again, this was my veteran push. Took me a little bit of a while to hit veteran, but we finally made it. And I've always been using this team for a couple seasons now. So I hope to see you guys on the next video.